Okay, what I'm going to do now is have a quick look at some of the original creations. I'm not going to fight them all because even the ones that I can defeat, they're probably going to take too long. It's not going to be very entertaining and it's going to be cheap tactics probably. So I will properly defeat them once I upgrade my stats. But I'll show you a couple of them. There is at least a few that I can probably defeat. And Earth Eater should be one of them. So, revamped Chocobo Eater. We've already seen him before. He hits like an absolute train. And that's still the case. He's still going to kill us in one hit. But now that we can damage him, we should be able to keep up a little better than before. But I've run out of frag grenades, I think, which is not good. But actually, I think he's immune to it, isn't he? I think he's immune to armor break. We're just going to have to go the old-fashioned way. So there you go. He has armored status, which does not help. Let's see if we can armor break him. I don't think we can. Nope. So he has 1.5 million HP and you have to go the long way if you want to do it. As you can see, this battle is not a very good idea if you don't have good stats. You need to do 100,000 damage in order to knock him on his back, and that should speed things up for you, but I mean, as you can see, my strength is in the low hundreds and I'm barely doing 20,000, so it's not ideal. I mean, let's have a look at Slice and Dice here. It's probably going to be shambolic, but then again, yeah. Oh yeah, it is pretty shambolic actually. The first one was a critical. Again, barely like 20,000. He should be on his back soon though. There you go. That's something. We should be able to charge some overdrive gauges now. Yeah. So when he's on his back, he counters with flare, which hits hard. I think even when your stats are, I think even if you have max magic defense, it still does like 6,000 or something. So it's a pretty strong attack. Obviously there's no point in casting things like Cheer in this battle because he keeps on killing you and that's going to wipe away the effect, so wasting your time. Okay, let's see. Because I think he loses his armor status. Not that that matters for overdrives, but yep, it's still going to be a major problem. Only 50,000 damage with attack wheels. Damn it. As you can see, that flare is randomized. But as you can see, slowly but surely I will be able to defeat Earth Eater. But it's not going to be pretty, and it's not going to be entertaining either. I might as well give Titus max HP so he can do as much damage as possible. Oh shit. 22,000, that's poor. I guess I might as well, basically you want to be able to knock it on its back as soon as possible, so even if it's 50,000 it still is better than obviously 20,000 with the regular attack, so you should still use it anyway. Well, it's actually close to 60,000, so it's decent. I think this should be enough to knock you on his back, I'm hoping. No? Shit. The next attack definitely will be. But you can see the pattern. Auto Phoenix is keeping me in the battle, and slowly but surely I'm chipping away at it. Why is it on his back? I swear I've done 100,000 damage. So even the regular punch is 14,000 with protect. It's just the fact that it counter-attacks with that Megaton punch is just really frustrating. Again, when you're at max stats, it's going to be funny how easy this thing is. Especially if you have Death Proof, Megaton punch is going to hardly do anything. I think it's like 2,000 damage it'll do. So it's going to be much, much easier. It's definitely not falling over. I'm not too happy about that. There you go. Yeah, it definitely loses its armor status when it's on its back, so that's when you can really do your damage. I wouldn't waste your turns on attacks that aren't going to hit for full damage. So don't bother attacking with Riku. Well, I'm not going to bother attacking with Riku, I'm just going to use Tidus and Waka. When possible. Yeah, as long as those flares don't hit Tidus, I should be able to make a little bit of headway here. But as you can see, this is the first one. There's still a fair few to take out. I think there's at least 2 or 3 of them that I know I cannot defeat yet. But the others I should be able to, if I mess around enough and use all of my experience, I should be able to take the others out. Luckily Tidus hasn't been hit, so he's been doing a lot of damage. This should put me close to the finish, I think. Tidus has been pretty lucky in this phase. He hasn't really been targeted too often. Hopefully it stays that way. Come on now, surely I must be close. Yes, there we go. He's dead. Ugly motherfucker. So that's one original creation down. Without any grinding yet. Fortune Sphere. We're going to talk about those again when we're stat maxing, but that's a little bit later. When you're hunting for Fortune Spheres, you should definitely have max stats because it's just going to take too long otherwise. Alright, Greater Sphere, number 2. I should be able to take this guy out. He has an Ultima counter attack as well, and this one's very powerful. You have no chance of surviving it at low levels. So what you need to do in order to avoid that is to make sure that you use overdrives. If you use overdrives, then you won't have a problem. So let's do that. Actually, let me use cheer first, 5 times. Then we'll do it. Just to get a little bit of extra damage. Okay. Can't believe I still don't have Blitz Ace. So he will always counter with Hydraulic Press, which will take a percentage of your maximum HP, but because we have Protect, we should be safe. But as you can see, Hydraulic Press is nice because it will help you to regain that overdrive, even though you can't evade and counter that attack, which I didn't realise, so that set me back a little bit. Damn it. We'll have to get Tidus to use overdrive again. But seriously, overdrives are your only option here. Actually, I think to make my life easier, I will mix Eccentric, which will make my Overdrive Gauge charge twice as fast. And that will enable me to get an Overdrive every single time. So in order to mix Eccentric, I guess we can use... I seem to remember a mix Mana Tablet and... I think it's the stuff that you get from Rin, so it should be Underdog's Secret. And I think if we mix these two together, we'll get Eccentric, and this will help the Overdrive Gauge charge twice as fast. There we go. So this is a useful mix as well. Toss a Mega Elixir. I want to make sure I at least have 30 left over. Okay. So Hydraulic Press should pretty much give me an Overdrive when I need it now. Let's go. But don't attack it with regular attacks, otherwise it's going to kick your ass. I guess I should probably mix Trio as well in order to heal easily. So that's the last Mega Elixir I'll be using. There we go. So we did have to make some preparations to help speed things up, but hopefully now we are fully optimized and ready to go. So all Tidus and Waka need to do is keep using their overdrives, and Riku's going to heal them with Albed potions via Trio. Well, I need to use a Mega Potion here just to stay safe, because Riku's not going to get a turn. I mean, probably for most of you guys, you probably won't be doing it like I'm doing it. It's only because I've done it so many times before that I haven't bothered to fight any of them, and now I'm doing them all at once. But for you guys, because it will be a more staggered effort, you won't find yourself wasting items as much as I am. Because you can always take a break, steal some more, and continue afterwards. So pretty much any item that you're using here to help you to defeat these bosses, you can always get them back in the monster arena. So don't be too worried about, you know, having to use items. But it's amazing how helpful it is to be able to pull off 12-hit attack wheels every time. Well, I guess based on my current record, like 99.9% of the time. It's something that I would urge you to practice if you're not able to pull it off. Oh, I shouldn't have defended with Riku. So the same method pretty much applies to No Spherica as well. Because it's percentage based, the Overdrive Gauges are going to charge in the same way, so even in No Spherica you can defeat it like this. Because you're not going to die. Well, you'll die every now and again because of that attack, but it's not a big deal. But like I said, the originals really are a step up, and you will find yourself taking a lot longer to beat them if you're not, you know, fully maxed out. I mean, if you do have max stats, then even these guys are very easy, and it'll probably take you no more than, I'd say, 10 minutes to get through all of the original creations. Seriously. Ah, he's dead. Good stuff. Spherimorph's Big Bro is also dead, so that's 2 out of 2 so far. The third one is one that I probably can't defeat yet. I'm probably close to it, I just need a little bit more in terms of defense, I think. But I don't think I can defeat it just yet. want to come into this battle with full overdrive, so I will set up Victor once again. Okay, Riku already has it. And when you want to charge overdrives, it's always a good idea. If you want to charge it for all three of them at once. Fight the boss of all bosses, the Dingo. And when you come back, 60% will be charged. So do that twice, and everyone has a full overdrive. There we go. Done. Full overdrive. So it's only takes you 30 seconds, and it's worth it. Okay, who is next? It is Catastrophe. It's actually one of my favourite bosses to battle, actually. So they're called original creations, but they're all creations that we've seen before, unfortunately. I have no idea what to mix. Let me mix Trio first, I guess, this time, to help with the healing. And let's get Cheer as well. Let's see how much damage attack wheels can do. Curious. Because this guy has 2.3 million HP, and that's going to take a while for you to take down. So the damage is not too bad, but it's not particularly good either. But there is, I just remembered now, there's one very good reason why I will not be able to win this battle, unfortunately. And that is because I need to know Dispel. Because I'm using Trio of 999, I can't use Purifying Salts, otherwise I will kill myself. And because this guy inflicts armor break, you really need to dispel that before one of his turns, otherwise you get killed. So, as I don't know Dispel, I can't use it yet. So there he goes. It's out. Okay. Lucky for us, he's pretty slow. But his attacks can be pretty annoying. And Waka still doesn't know quick hit. So I might be able to defeat him in time, but yeah, I'll probably have to be very careful with the turns. I might still be able to do it actually using Hyper Mighty Guard. I should be able to pull through. Okay, this guy has a particular order that he will attack in, and that order is as follows. First of all, he will use Toxic Spray, then he will use Demi, then he will use an attack called 100 Thorns. And the problem is the Toxic Spray and 100 Thorns combination. So Waka's been hit here, and that's all well and good, but he has... can you see it here? He has Power Break, Magic Break, Armor Break, Mental Break. And in order to get rid of those, you need to Dispel. So either I could summon in Yuna just for one turn to Dispel, but it's just... all in all, it's a very sticky situation. So if we knew Dispel, then this would have been a lot easier. But yeah, the Purifying Salt's going to kill me, so there's not too much I can do. Let me see how many turns Yuna will get. Yeah, she's not even going to get a second turn. I guess I can use Riku to haste her. So Sometimes you have to just make do with what you have. Okay, that gets Riku in there. Yuna in there, that's good. Okay. Right, let's bring in Tidus again. Right. I'm probably going to use a stamina tonic because that 100 Thorns attack is pretty powerful. He has 120 strength, and so that attack is very difficult to survive against with these stats. So let's use a stamina tonic. I still think that I will probably die here, because that attack also has, I think, a 30% chance of going critical. It has like a critical bonus of plus 30. So that makes it really annoying. Yeah, I don't have an overdrive either. So this next attack is probably going to kill me, but we'll see what happens. I guess I can prepare a little bit better and have eccentric to make sure that I always have an overdrive for the situation. And then I can probably survive it, so I think it is possible. I missed, what? That's silly. Okay, I'm going to defend with everyone. So we have Ultra Null All, we have Defend, well we have 5 times Cheer, we have Protect, and we're defending as well, so hopefully this should be enough. If it isn't, then there's not too much I can do. And I need to cast Hyper Mighty G. Yeah, so it went critical on Waka, unfortunately. So the other two were okay, so that means that I should be able to survive this battle, which is good. So if you're unlucky and it goes critical on everyone, with the stats that I have, you will not be able to survive against this boss. And you'll have to make sure that Riku always has an overdrive. Shit, not very good. But because he has very low defense, even without armor break, it's easy to do the damage. I really want Waka to get an overdrive. Why is he the only one that doesn't? Stop picking on him. Hit someone else. Good. This should be okay now. Oh, Waka still doesn't have a full overdrive. Damn it. Tidus misses again. What is this? He must have a good luck stat for some reason. Surely the evasion can't be good. Missed again. That's a joke, right? I think I should be able to kill it before the next 100 Thorns. Because Waka's going to get a full overdrive now, and I'll be able to use attack wheels. Okay, hopefully this will be enough. And then we're 3 for 3. Which is not what I was expecting. I didn't think I'd be able to defeat the originals. Because to be honest, I think probably in the last 6 years I've only ever defeated these guys with max stats once. And the other times have been like no sphere grid challenge and that kind of stuff. So I haven't really fought the originals with these mediocre stats before. Okay, that's another one down. And I think this is where the fun ends, because from here they get even more difficult. I don't think I'll be able to defeat Thuban, because he has a counter attack called Condemn, and not only does it do a decent amount of damage, it dispels all positive statuses, including auto life. So if you're using Hyper Mighty Guard to try and survive, Condemn is going to count against you. Condemn! Oh. Wow. So yeah, that hits pretty hard. But let's say, you know, you're able to survive that, it gets worse. he has an attack pattern. He does a regular attack and then he uses an attack called Rainbow, and you'll see what that looks like in a sec. So next up is Rainbow. Let's take a look at that. I'm going to give everyone Shell just so you can see. Okay, so this is as, well, other than, we can reduce damage by up to 1/3, so we can factor that into our calculations of whether we can survive or not. Alright, let's see it. And after this he will do an attack called Convergence, which does 100,000 damage every single time. So as you can see, Rainbow is doing way too much damage for me to live with at the moment. And since it's an attack that hits everyone, it's way too fiddly to try and defeat him at the moment. I probably could, but I'm not going to get into it at the moment. It's just too much time. So that's one we're going to come back for. The next one we're going to come back for is Nestlug. And this is the only truly original creation, the one that actually has an original design.
Time to go, escargot.
Yep, and that line there is a one-timer that you'll only hear against Nestlug. Okay, so as you can see, shitty defense, which is a good start. Let's hit it up. So attack wheels does a decent amount of damage, but still it's going to take a long time. Let's see what its attacks look like. Luckily it's slow. Oh, so just using its tongue, it can do 21,000 damage, even if you have Protect. Damn. So it seems pretty easy because we haven't had any multiple kind of party member harming attacked yet. But boom, have some of that. Yeah. Yeah, you're not going to get your way around that yet at these stats. But it gets worse. Let's say you do manage to harm it. Once you do 2 million damage, it will go into its shell, and when it goes into its shell, it's immune to physical attacks. And it also has auto regen. So when you have like 4 million HP and you have auto regen, I think it recovers something like on average 50,000 HP every single turn. And the only way to do damage to it is through overdrives. So you can start to understand that at these stats, Nestlug is not an option. Ultima Buster is even worse, because it uses a very powerful magic attack, which is not what we want to hear. 17,000 armoured as well. Let's say we use a frag grenade. It's immune. Great. Okay. The regular physical attack does 42,000 with Protect. Excellent. And it's called Ultima Buster, but you haven't even seen Ultima yet. So when he uses Ultima, it gets even worse. And that's going to kill all of your characters, and there's nothing you can do about it at this stage. Obviously, just like Sinspawn Green, make sure you attack the head. I think the head hardly has any HP, so that's the one good thing about it. But when Ultima Buster busts out an Ultima, this is what happens. I don't even have shell. That's going to be embarrassing. Youch. I think that was 84,000 that you just saw there. Yeah. So Ultima Buster is a big no-no at this stage. But once we finished doing a bit of, well, part 1 of stat maxing, we're going to be coming back with a vengeance. And that leaves good old Shinryu. Now this is interesting, I might actually be able to beat Shinryu, I'm not sure. I'll have to see. I haven't fought Shinryu for a while. Now, other than Dark Anima in No Sphere Grid, this is the only other boss that there is no video evidence of ever being beaten legitimately in No Sphere Grid. And that is because the odds required to do it are absolutely astronomical. And I'm talking about much, 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 you know, more unlikely than winning the lottery. So, if anyone ever tells you that they defeated this guy with no Sphere Grid stats, they are lying. I will not believe it. It's just too improbable. There is one video of it, but that one has been hacked, so don't believe it. Alright, I'm curious to see if I can actually survive here. This thing will counter-attack, and it hits fairly hard. Not super hard, but pretty hard. Okay, that's not too bad. I have to be careful, but I should be able to survive. And it has 2 million HP, so it'll take a little while to fully deplete. At least if I can kill Shinryu as well, that means I'll have more than half of the original creations done. Which I think is a pretty decent effort, considering I haven't racked my brains too hard for the other 3, especially. Okay, until Riku can give us Trio, I might as well use another Mega Elixir to stay safe. So why is Shinryu a difficult enemy? Well, it has 3 attacks. One is the regular physical attack, one is Shining, which is pretty damaging but not amazing. But the worst thing is that it has a 33% chance of using an attack called Eraser, which is completely unblockable, and it will shatter one of your characters and remove them from the battle. And there is nothing you can do about it. And the only way to stop it from using Eraser is when you have 1 person left in the battle, then it will stop. So let's hope that that final person is a one for a Tidus, then we should be able to survive, I think. This is the kind of battle where Auto Potion will definitely help. Because when it counter-attacks and does the damage, you'll be able to use Auto Potion to keep yourself going. But you can see what difference critical hits would make. If you have 100 more luck than the enemy you're facing, you'll always get critical hits every time, so you'll effectively do double damage on Tidus's Slice and Dice Overdrive. Might as well attack with Waka as well. Really, it just depends when it's going to use Eraser. That's the big question. And to be honest, I should have had Stoic Overdrive, because once everyone's dead, I'm not going to be able to charge my Overdrive. Okay. As long as Waka can chip away as much as possible before any potential Eraser attack, then that's good. Yeah, I mean that is pretty good damage once again. I mean 360,000 a pop. That means we're already more than halfway through, which is good. And it hasn't even used Eraser yet. It's been a good day. Revenge for all those times that it killed me in No Sphere Grid when I foolishly probably spent, I would say, a good 2,000 to 3,000 attempts trying to defeat this thing. What on earth was I thinking? Seriously, I'm an idiot. If I could see the, I think I was probably like 15, 16 when I was doing it. If I could see the 15, 16-year-old version of myself, I would give him a massive slap and go, what are you doing? Because, you know, Nosefigure Dark Anima is thousands, millions of times more likely than Nosefigure Shinryu is. Nosefigure Shinryu is just idiotic to attempt, seriously. Just do not waste your life. Just don't use a razor, seriously, you don't need to. Good stuff. Waka has another overdrive. Excellent. Yep, looks like Shinryu is going down as well, so that means I've taken out all but 3 of the Monster Arena creations, not including Nemesis, which I'm pretty happy with. This might be it. Die. Nope, still alive. Seriously, for the Monster Arena especially, it's really been a long time since I fully engaged with it. There we go. Shinryu's dead. Didn't even see a razor. That's amazing. Maybe I should try Nosefigure actually. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, so we have stretched the limits of what we can do, and as you can see, with these stats, I can defeat all but 3 of the enemies in the Monster Arena, not including Nemesis. So the next part, I will show you guys how to turn these stats into much better looking stats, and what I will do is fill out the sphere grid. That is first, so I'm not going to bother with the 255s yet. What I will do first is, without using clear spheres, I will take Tidus, Waka and Riku around the entire sphere grid, and we will see what our stats look like once that process is done, and then we will come back and defeat those 3 and see if we can take on Nemesis and the Dark Aeons as well. And if we find that it's not enough, then we will start to boost other stats as well and get closer to the 255. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you again with more of this stuff soon.